This video is for those of you that are profitable but lack significant capital to create significant income. If you're already profitable and you already have a lot of capital, you probably don't need to hear this. If you're not profitable, whether you have capital or not, you should probably just focus on getting profitable first before you start thinking about funding and raising your own capital and how that all works. I'm Sam, and I've been profitable for around 10 months now. I share everything I do in Telegram completely for free. So you see all the trades I'm taking. You decide whether I'm profitable or not. You can just take a look at everything I call out and see how that goes. And I'm on a similar journey to this myself. I need a video like this too, where I need to work out how to trade Forex on a budget and how starting with a low balance, how you can grow it and get to that 2 to 3K a month goal. So the first thing that I want you all to be aware of is before you even get into trading, you need a very realistic mindset. Once you become profitable and start regularly making gains each month, you don't automatically become a millionaire. That's not how it works. The next grind starts, which is a realistic get rich slow technique. A lot of traders out there are profitable. However, I've never really seen anyone take a small amount of money to a large amount of money and then keep repeating it. Because if you can do it once, that's great. But then if you fail the next 5, 6 times, you're then back to just a small gain again. Whereas if you had a large account, making small gains on a large account, you'd be in the same place. Probably mentally, you'd be a bit more okay with that as well. So the first thing is low expectations. The next stage in your journey is let's assume now that you're profitable. You've done some training, you've spent a year, 2 years, 3 years maybe working at it, and you're now regularly getting monthly positive gains. So now the next goal is to turn your skill into a significant income. Now let's assume you have some spare savings from a job or a gift or whatever, and you start a small live account, let's say 1K. I think that's realistic for most people. And you trade it exactly the same as you were on like your 50K demo when you were profitable. So if you were risking 1% per trade on your 50K demo, you're now risking 1% per trade on your live 1K account. Now, obviously making £10 a trade really isn't that life changing. It can scale up eventually, and we're going to look into that. But obviously the goal is not to be profitable on a 1K account. The goal is to be profitable on a 50, 75, 100K account. So now the third thing we're going to talk about scaling. So what is my opinion on the best way to scale and increase your income? So option one is you trade the 1K account until it is big. This might sound really slow, really boring. There's ways to speed it up. But first, we're just going to look at the compound interest calculator. So we're on the compound interest calculator. We're going to look at a 1K investment with 4% a month compounded. No deposits, no withdrawals, just compound 4% a month. 4% a month is actually quite a realistic goal. Okay, it's very common. It's 1% a week, it averages to. Some weeks you might make more, some months you might make more, but then some months you might make less, some months you might break even, some months you might be negative. So an average for the year is 4% a month. I wouldn't recommend setting monthly goals. I would recommend setting an average monthly goal. So you look back on the year and you'd be like, did I average around 4% a month? That's pretty good. That's 48% in a year. And although that's not groundbreaking numbers, if you've only got a small account, compare that to standard bank investments or S&P 500 and you're smashing it. So you should be very happy if you get 4% a month. Most people aren't even profitable. Most people can't even break even. So we hit calculate here and you can see on the 1K investment, after 10 years, it becomes 110K, right? So somewhere along down the line, you're getting to the point where it's then equaling around 2 or 3K a month. So for us, you would need a 50K account and that would get you 2K a month at 4% a month. And here you can see this isn't till some way through year 8 where you hit the 50K a month mark. You need to be trading like this for 8 years, not withdrawing for 8 years until you get to 50K. That's quite a long time. So are there any ways we can speed this up? So the next thing we're going to look at to speed it up is actually monthly deposits. If you deposit a little bit each month, you can see a very big difference. So we're going to go back to the compound interest calculator and we're going to look at it. So we're back here, 1K investment, 4% a month. We'll look at for 10 years, but now deposit amount. Let's say you've got a spare, after your bills are paid for and everything, you've got a spare £200 a month, which you could invest. Okay. Typically that £200 was either going on like nights out or like things which you didn't really need to spend it on. So let's just think long term and let's just go £200 a month. Now let's hit calculate. So now you can see the end goal. We've more than 6x'd it just by doing an extra £200 a month. And now you can see to get to 50K, you get there between the 4 and 5 year mark. So now in your head, trading like this. And again, you can play with these numbers yourself and choose what's realistic. It might be that you start on a 2 or 3K account, in which case you're going to jump a couple of years there. It might be that you can deposit more each month. But just by that, you see the big difference there. And you see that actually getting to 50K account, it might be a 4 or 5 year plan. It could be quicker if I deposit more, if I save more. Of course, if you have better months, it can be quicker. If you average a higher monthly return, it'll be quicker than that. We're just going for 4% a month because, it's around average, if not slightly below. Some people can get much higher, but we're assuming risking around 1% per trade. That's a rough monthly goal. And of course, you don't want to blow the account. You want to have good risk management because if of course, you get 3 years in and then you start trading aggressively and you just blow it all, you've just wiped 3 years of work and you don't want to do that. So the further down the line, the more important it is to have good risk management. Now, the next bit that you can do is that somewhere down the line, when you're starting to making a bit of income from trading and from depositing monthly, and these, 4% a month is actually meaning something. Let's say you've not got to your 2K goal yet or 3K goal. Let's say you're sort of at 1K a month, which is cool, and you're just compounding it. You're not really withdrawing it because you don't really need to. You're thinking long term. Now, something you can do to speed this all up, and something that I've not done myself, but I know other people have, and I'm thinking about it, is prop firm challenges. You can invest a portion of your monthly income into a prop firm challenge, and you can try and succeed at that, because then essentially that boosts your income. It gives you a nice influx of capital to trade with. But unfortunately, there are quite a lot of cons with prop firms. It's not something I'm too keen on doing, but I'm thinking about it more of like a gambling technique, because a lot of them, let's say you have a 50K account challenge, a lot of them have a 5K stop loss. Okay. If you lose more than 5K, you lose the account. So you don't have a 50K account, you've got a 5K account, and you might be paying somewhere like $300 to $500 to, attempt it twice. You have to pass it twice. So we now decided they give you 5K to trade on. The next thing is that they'll ask you for a 5K gain just to pass phase one. So they're actually asking you for a 100% gain. And you go in there risking, 1% of or 2% of 50K, which is like 5 or 500, £1,000. But on that 5K account, you're then risking 10 or 20%. And yeah, you're trying to make 100%. When did you last make 100% gain on an account? Because that's what you need to ask yourself. So if I were to attempt prop firm challenges, which I'm considering soon, because the income from it, if all goes well, it can work, even though it's very unlikely, would be to just basically gamble the challenge phase. If I need to make 5K on an account and I've got 5K to play with, I would just risk 2.5K a trade and just try and get there in 2 winners. Trading like that, you'll probably blow a few more, but at least you blow them quickly rather than spend 3 months to then eventually blow it. And then when you eventually make one, you're going to get it quite quickly. And then income from that alongside your actual main account, you can then deposit the prop firm winnings into your main account. And that can help grow it even quicker, because the ultimate goal is not to be trading the prop firm money. All the rules, all the, the leverage that they use, they could shut down at any moment. It's not a reliable or consistent way to really make money. A lot of them seem to go under or go bust when things stop going well for them. So that's my personal approach. I'm going to outline the rules in the description, just very simply for you, so you can look back on it. And going forwards, what I recommend that you do is you write this down in your trading journal. If you don't have a trading journal, you're probably not going to become profitable if you're not tracking your trades and realizing what you're doing wrong and right. So I'd write down your goal in your journal. I wouldn't just copy my goal. I would go on the compound interest calculator yourself, be realistic with what gains you want to see and what you can get, and go from there. Again, this video is really for people that are profitable. If you're not yet profitable, you need to be, consuming other content, learning, tracking your trades. You need to become profitable first. That's actually the hard bit. This bit is now not hard. It's just a long grind. And I myself am on that journey. I'm now on a 3K account. We've had a few winners this month so far, so all's looking good. And it's going to be a long game, but I'm in it for the long run. So have it detailed in your journey, read it back weekly, keep reminding yourself of your overall goal. 1 week, if you lose, it doesn't matter. You've got a 4 to 5 year plan here to get to where you want to be. So cheers everyone. Hope you found this video useful. I'll see you in the next one.